the News Channel 5 network, this is MorningLine with Nick Barris.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on MorningLine. I am Nick Barris. We're coming to you today on a Tuesday. A good show on tap. We're going to open up the phone lines for you and let you join in the conversation. If you have legal questions, there's a specific focus of what we'll be talking about, but you can get some free legal advice. Look, boom, it just went up there. This show is sponsored by Takis McGinnis Elder Care Law. Tim Takis, who you know has been coming on this show for years, is probably home sleeping, perhaps drooling on his pillow. That's what he does sometimes. He just kind of sleeps. And he decided, no, I'm not getting up early to join Nick. He's sending Barbara McGinnis. And you know what? I'm good with that. Good morning to you, Barbara.
Good morning, Nick.
It is nice to see you. I know Tim probably, he's been on so often, you guys interchange sometimes. You're both welcome, you know, sometimes you want to come together. That's okay too. Sure. But thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, always at the beginning of the show, I want to remind folks, as I say, there's a particular slant to this, an elder law, elder care law. Just if you would, always at the beginning when you come on, I want you to define for our viewers what this basically encompasses.
Elder care law is particular to, of course, an age population, but elder care law, I think of it as a niche within elder law that we focus primarily on people with advanced age or chronic conditions or disability as they're navigating the healthcare system, or they're anticipating navigating the healthcare system at some point in time in their life, because obviously we practice elder care law, so we have care coordinators. We're a little different. That we help people find, get, and pay for good care every day. That's what we do. And
it's great.
We also, I guess it's okay to say this because it's the same same channel, but we have our Elder Law Hour, on Friday mornings.
Of course, promote that here. It's here, and people watch that too.
And I think last week we taped, and the new episode will air this Friday, and it's on. And I'm really excited about it because it's all specific to dementia. Okay. The different types of dementias, top 5. How are they diagnosed? How are they different? And what does treatment look like for those folks?
Because and that keeps evolving too,
Because it's not always just I have this diagnosis of dementia, there's nothing that can be done. There are some types of dementias that are treatable because it may be thyroid related, depression associated, B12 deficiencies. There's things that need to be looked into. And even if you have one of the more progressive types of dementia, like Alzheimer's or Lewy body dementia, Parkinson's, an early diagnosis and a baseline assessment gives people an opportunity to do 2 things. One, look for supportive care, look for coping strategies, and plan for incapacity if they haven't taken that time to do that.
So I got to ask you, have you gone to be tested for the gene to see if you mark for Alzheimer's? See, I don't know if I want to know that. I might. I mean, I have some people in my family had it, you know, and so I'm at risk like anyone else possibly. Would you go that far and recommend to would you?
Yes, I think I would.
Okay, well, when will you? I mean, now, what are you now, about 31, 32? So you're going to wait a while.
I'm going to wait a while, yes. But I don't think it's too early or too late for us to start looking at some healthier lifestyle choices. I think, you know, things like there really are some emerging research that's showing there's some diet connections.
Yeah, sure. So there's things maybe you can do to delay it, if you know you're going to have it, do things to maybe prepare for it and maybe delay it. If there's ways to do that. Yeah, that makes sense.
The other type of dementia that is extremely common here in the Southeast is vascular dementia, and we know that has a lot of risk factors that we can guard against.
What is that, kind of like hardening of the arteries that restricts the flow of blood to your brain?
Hardening of the arteries.
Really? Okay.
You know, we're a high fried chicken, high-fat society.
Yeah, the Southeast is like that.
Right. Smoking is still much more common here. The incidence of obesity, all of those are
maybe not as much exercise for whatever reason.
Yeah, so we could work on those kind of things. But, you know, again, I can't help but stress that not maybe just because you have the marker or the protein for dementia, for Alzheimer's disease, but if you've truly been diagnosed, go ahead and start planning for incapacity.
Okay. And that's not sometimes just the person that's going to suffer from it, because you deal a lot, not always with the elder person, but with their families.
Right.
You know, you guys have helped me a lot in some of the things I'm dealing with. And by the way, your show, again, on Friday, as you said, is taped. It is taped, and you have great guests that come on. The difference is on this show, people can call in.
Right.
And ask any questions, okay? So in general, though, the larger realm is you deal with issues like preparing for memory loss,
right?
Okay, but as far as you know, nursing home, reverse mortgages, things like that, whether or not it's for you or not.
Yeah, it's all about you know, knowing when you're going to need care, knowing where to receive care. If you want to age in place at home,
right? Which most people do,
which most people do, then goals of care may be different. The goals of the planning or the planning strategy may look a little different. So it's about knowing when you're going to get care, where are you going to get care, what does good care look like? Because most people don't want to buy more care than what they need. They tend to be on that, you know, on the lean side. They would tend to like underpay for care, meaning they're trying to get by with less than what they probably need.
Because they don't want to pay that large or whatever premium up front, but then they don't end up with what they need.
Well, and then they don't know how long their care journey is going to take and how long does their money have to last. And so we do look for ways to help people pay for care across the continuum.
Everything raises in cost, and I was seeing a study the other day that it's like 50% of the American population doesn't even have any savings.
I know, some scary.
It's crazy. So I mean, you live for the moment. I know some people have no choice but to live paycheck to paycheck. I understand that, but eventually you're not going to be able to work anymore, and then what are you going to do? And I don't know. I mean, first of all, aging sucks. It's no fun getting old. I don't like it, you know, and all of that. And living on Social Security alone is not the plan. That's not what it's meant for. It's to help supplement things, right?
And then there's other scary studies or statistics that's come out. Not only did we see, probably in the last couple of weeks, a high percentage of people that have no personal savings or very small personal savings, but the studies for the Medicare program probably being bankrupt in about 16 years or so. The Social Security program, it was slightly longer, maybe 20 or 30 years.
Congress is going to have to address those issues one way or the other. More money going in or restricting benefits more. Yeah,
we were not going to be completely bankrupt from Social Security, but the benefit would be reduced to, you know, so they could continue to afford to pay the people. But you know what? Strangely enough, unemployment is at an all-time low. So we got so many people working, but
and that money should be going into the Social Security coffers.
But because the baby boomer pool is so large that it's not insufficient to make up the difference. So we've got these social safety nets that are will have to be addressed and by our federal leaders, and then we see people are not saving enough. Cost of care is increasing, and we're all living longer.
That's right.
So it's like the perfect storm.
All that. Yeah, and it's easy to understand why all these things are going to go bankrupt, maybe, if they don't address it. And they will. Congress will have to at some point. Well, listen, let's take a break. We've got some calls already coming in, and you know, it gets busier as the show progresses, as folks join us, but she's here to answer your questions about elder care, some of these legal questions that we're talking about, whether it's for you or you're someone like me, maybe dealing with older folks, you know, my parents, and they need the help. This is your chance to call in right now. So we'll take a break. Be back with our guest, Barbara McGinnis, right after this.